Welcome in, everybody. Hope you all had a good weekend. Just going to give a moment to allow people to jump in before I start. Hope you all had a good day. Welcome in, Dorothy. Welcome in, Stacy and Julie. Just thought I'd do a little cleansing of the energy with the shaker. Gonna light the Palo Santo. Welcome in, Lilith. I'm doing okay. The karmics aren't, though. There's a lot of backlash. I mean, I didn't stutter. I tried. I tried to get people prepared. I did what I could. The karmics are realizing all of their plans are falling apart. They thought they had it in the bag, collective. They thought they had it all figured out. Little did they know that everything that they were doing to come at you wasn't ever going to work. The karmics, they've been doing their death magic again. It was their last ditch effort. There's sickness magic, everything. It's all backfiring. I asked the cards earlier what the situation was. And there's definitely people out here taking losses. Spirit's saying it's only the beginning. Some of them thought it was just a bad day. But these bad days are starting to turn into bad weeks. And it's familiar to them because they're now starting to realize that absolutely everything they were coming at you with is now backfiring. It's only dawning on them now. You're going through an ascension, Lilith. Just breathe through it. You'll be all right. We got a wolf moon coming up on the 3rd of January. I'm kind of excited. I don't know about you. I'm going to start off with a prayer. O universal source, divine breath of creation, you who exist in the realm of pure vibration and energy, may your sacred frequency be awakened within us, and may we embody the divine essence, allowing the kingdom to arise within our hearts and souls. Let divine will, physical and spiritual, merge realms in the cosmic divine pattern, microcosm to macrocosm, nourishing us with cosmic divine vitality and divine wisdom and life force. Divine energy of consciousness, please restore us of any misalignment and confusion that is created against us. As we release what no longer serves us, let it release the blocks that hinder forward movement. What we release then releases us. Invoke our discernment and awareness to not be deceived and awaken our divine of destiny, giving us the synchronicities and signs to banish doubt, fog, and confusion. Protect our divine pathway and rescue us from illusion, from our divine purpose and soul family. And in the name of divine order of our inner sacred kingdom, let it match our outer experience. And may the creative spark be lit us on our journey and guide us through divine intervention, now and forever. And so it is. So it is done. As above, so below. As within, so within. And so it is. All right, collective. So we're going to start off with, I'm going to do three different readings. I'm going to do these three different readings 3 times. Okay, you can pick 1, 2, or 3. Okay, and this very well could be your message. Okay, whichever one you pick. Keep it to yourself. Don't put it in the chat. Okay. We're going to start off with a good karma reading. We're going to move to the career potential, and then also a breakthrough reading. I'm going to do 3 of each. All right. I'll give you a moment to have a moment to pick the number that you'd like. Okay. And then we're going to get into There's definitely something here tonight that somebody doesn't want out. There's some sort of a message coming through. I've only been kind of choked up since I went live. So I'll be using my Light Seers deck this evening. All right, so if you pick number 1, this is your good karma reading. What's this current potential? Actually, we'll go with overall energy to start with. Okay. Potential. Opportunities. Roots. And lesson. Okay. All right, number 1, your good karma reading. Your overall energy is the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. So you very well could be in the process of coming out of the cold. You may have lost a job, a house, something. There's a lot of different changes happening with your surroundings, with your stability, with your money, your finances, your self-worth. You're empowering yourself again, okay? You're on the way back up, okay? You've already hit rock bottom, I feel. And, you know, if you like to collect rocks, it's not so bad, right? So you're better off digging deep while you're there. Really kind of get to the root of the situation, okay? In order to empower yourself to rise again, okay? This is overall energy. Your potential is to close out a cycle in its finality. Okay, there's definitely something here about finally closing out a cycle that no longer serves you. This is releasing that dead skin that you're not needing anymore. It very well could be your thick skin to endure. It could be a lot of different things. Maybe it's dropping your boundaries, maybe, or your guard. Keeping your boundaries, but dropping your guard. Okay? You have surpassed a particular point in your experience this time that you can now move forward. Now your opportunities, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, this is about letting go of old structures. This is a letting go of old paradigms, perspectives. Maybe you're walking away from a toxic family. Maybe you're walking away from a toxic environment regarding family. This could also be work-related. This could be... I'm really kind of picking up on family-related, okay? Your roots at this time is the Four of Cups. And you're kind of sitting in this kind of energy of you're not satisfied with the cards that have been dealt. It's taken you a lot to find your self-worth and find your stability again. And you've had a lot to release and take care of and to nurture and to rebuild in order to be where you are right now at this time. Okay? And the lesson here is to take action, make a judgment call. Okay? There's definitely something here about, you know, learning from your experience. Learn from what you've endured and what you've overcome. And really understand that despite of all of what you may feel like you're shedding and that you're losing, you're actually getting yourself for a different journey. And I really feel that this is actually releasing you from past burdens, past pain, past responsibilities that weren't even yours to hold. Okay? And this goes along the same lines of burdens. So I really feel that within this situation, I think you are on the right track. Although you may feel like you're having to release and leave behind certain things, I feel that it's for your best interest. And ultimately, I do feel that there's definitely something good coming in for you. Okay? Ultimately releasing the dead weight. Okay? So that is your first reading. I'm going to move to number 2. And then I'm going to go back to number 1. So stay patient. All right, for number 2. Spirit, I'm going to pick off the top for number 2 and number 3, and going forward, I will shuffle the cards, but I want to pick off the top rather than pick out of a shuffle. I feel that the shuffling takes me longer to get the cards out, so put perspective within the top cards for me, Spirit. Just a side note, side quest, side message. The death card just jumped literally out of the deck, and then we got the tower on the bottom. This is about the karmics, and I was speaking about the death magic and the sickness magic. That's a confirmation right there that it's backfiring. Okay? They're in for a major tower coming in. Yeah, the Empress. the Two of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. So this Empress is definitely sabotaging herself by doing this because she's obsessed at the fact that you said no. You friend zone this person. You've cut this person off. This person is not in your energy anymore. Been trying to ruin you, destroy you. They tried binding you from any particular relationships. They really tried to destroy your happiness, and it's all coming back to haunt her, and it's coming in hot. Okay? Just thought I'd add that. Yeah, all of their ideas are blowing up in their face. And it's creating a lot of chaos. Alright, number 2, Spirit. Let's get into it. Right off the top for number 2. Alright, number 2. Your overall energy is cutting out the darkness, cutting out the city, cutting out some sort of substances that are kind of only hindering at this time. Maybe you have decided to cut back on drinking or smoking or some sort of toxicity. Maybe eat a lot to substrain your sadness, whatever the case may be. You're definitely cutting out the toxic energy. You're cutting out the toxic substances, whatever the case may be. There's definitely a ridding of that, and you're trying to be a more in alignment kind of energy. Now, your current potential, you're doing a lot of healing with the Ten of Swords in the reverse. There's been a lot of criticisms thrown at you. There's been a lot of judgment. There's been a lot of lies, deception, what else? Gaslighting. And I feel that you're healing this. You're transmuting this. You're taking destructive and constructive criticism, and you're making it your own. You're actually really trying to find the silver lining in it all in order to transmute that what was said in the past. And I feel this is good. You're taking a higher perspective. Okay. The opportunities position, we have the Eight of Pentacles. You're finding good at, and I feel that you are maybe putting this on a list. You're finding out what you're good at. You're finding out what moves you, what you're passionate about, what might bring you stability, what you guys within your own essence of who you are and in your purpose. And to provide this not only to yourself, to bring in equal reciprocity to you and the people around you, but it's also about really find what you're good at and what inspires you to keep moving, to get up in the morning, to open your eyes. And you're really honing in on that. You're honing in on that focus of what you're good at and what inspires you. I feel this is a really good thing for you right now. Your roots, with the Six of Cups, I'm speaking here about you stepping forward, you recognizing whatever the past, whatever was hindering you. I really feel that this is actually bringing you to a position where you're allowing the past to be in the past. You're no longer allowing it to define your future or define who you are, which I think is very beautiful. Okay. Your lesson, there's definitely some sort of bitterness. There's some sort of unloved energy. And I feel that you're recognizing where you may have been a bit toxic. Maybe you've been holding on to grudges. Maybe where you were feeling a little bit less of value and less of purpose. And you're really kind of transmuting that into a positive. And I feel that that's a beautiful thing. And you're coming to a conclusion that whatever this was in your past was really the bitterness that was holding you back from your true potential. And I feel this is very substantial to you to move forward. Okay? I think this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful transformation. Okay? So continue moving forward with that. Okay, you're on the right track. Welcome in, Kitty. Welcome in, Winter. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Michael. Okay, number 3. So if you're just joining us, you can pick 1, 2, or 3. Maybe rewind the video and speed it up 1 by 2, 1 by 5, 1.5, and you'll eventually meet back with us. If you pick 1 or 2, you might have to rewind. I'm moving into number 3. There's 3 different readings I'm going to do tonight, and then I'm going to get into the oracles later. So pick your number and act accordingly. All right, for number 3, right off the top, Spirit. All right, so your overall energy 3 is the 10 of Wands. This is where you're really choosing at what burdens you need to carry. You're really focusing on your responsibilities. These are the responsibilities you can't really just let go of. These are responsibilities that you kind of made a commitment to. That you are stepping into this energy where you are revalidating that commitment. You're quite, your potential in this situation is you've already invested time and energy, finances, whatever else, into a particular endeavor. And I feel that you're just kind of working on that, putting energy into it, and you are focusing on receiving some sort of harvest from being committed to whatever you're working on. And I do feel that you are starting to find the truth in the matter that this is going to pan out for you, ultimately. It's just taking time, it's taking patience, okay? And as you may know, planting a seed, it takes time to grow. So by tending to this plant, by watering this plant, by loving this plant or this seed, it will sprout. It will grow into whatever you are choosing it to be. Where you may have been in the past kind of all up in your head, kind of worried whether or not what you were investing your time and money and energy into was going to pan out into some sort of harvest. I'm here to speak on that and say that it will, okay? Now, your roots of the situation, there could very well be communication coming in. It's coming in fast, very quick. Or you could be wanting to speak up about something. But the question is, if you are willing to, or if you are working on speaking up about something, don't jump the gun. Make sure that what you are speaking up about is of truth, okay? There's definitely a lesson here about moving forward with compassion, okay? You get more flowers, you get more bees with flowers than you do vinegar. So it's really about what type of passion that you're putting into what you're growing, and to be consistent and take responsibility for that greenhouse, that garden that you planted, okay? It's about really committing and only focusing on what you're committing to. Okay, I feel that there very well could be a lot of distractions, and this is quite possibly what had you in your head. And distractions are minuscule compared to what you are focused on and what you're trying to build for yourself. Okay? So I feel by you kind of rekindling this commitment and by you committing to what you're building, I think this is paramount to your success, ultimately. And it's taken quite a bit of velocity within yourself in order to be in the position that you are. It's taken a lot of growth for you to step into what you're stepping into, okay? And I do feel that this is going to work out in the long run for you. All right, number 3. Just remember to continue to move forward with compassion, knowing that what you've experienced is what you are applying, okay? So as you learn different things, apply this to your structure of what, okay? Don't just hold on to the information, apply it to your situation, okay? And I'm being called, some people go within and they find out all this information and then they sit there and they wonder why. And it's mainly because they haven't applied the wisdom to their current reality, to their situation. And this is the next step in order to start moving forward again, okay? Some of this could be creating new boundaries. This could be raising your standards. This could be being valid in your communication and very precise in what you're speaking on, and moving forward with sort of compassion or love in regards to that. When you move through the love vibration, it brings you back that reciprocal energy. Whether you get it back from that particular person or someone else or some other avenue, it usually always tends to revolt back to you, okay, as a reciprocity. And this is a divine orchestration, okay? The divine sees all, okay? So understand that you may show compassion in one area and might get it back in another, okay? And this is what levels out the reciprocity of things, okay? And this is what kind of, when you give to the less fortunate, let's say, you're not necessarily expecting anything back to you, but you end up getting back somewhere along the line, okay? So number 3, I hope that helps. You're on the right track. Continue investing, continue committing to what you need to, letting go of the fray, letting go of that what was put on your plate that wasn't your responsibility to begin with, okay? Now, there are some things here that, you know, come across that are, you know, in the process of being transmuted and transformed. There's definitely transformation going on here. We've got the 9, the 10, we've got the knights, we got the 7. So these are all very, very high-end numbers about completing out cycles, you know, weathering the storm, knowing that what we're investing in is, you know, is definitely something substantial. You know, it's not a case of whether we're wasting our time, because we're specifically with the knights out here on the table, there's definitely truth and compassion and movement forward with purpose and love, okay? So I think you should continue to move forward, and I think it's going to be fruitful for you. It's going to be very abundant for you. I do see you receiving some sort of harvest very soon, okay? And that will be very evident to you soon. All right, we're going to get into the breakthrough reading. Right off the top, Spirit, for number 1. All right, your pattern, 2 of Cups in the reverse. Your challenge is the Ace of Swords. The breakthrough is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Your power is Devil in reverse. And your future is the 3 of Pentacles. So number 1, this is a situation of you being imbalanced within your masculine and feminine energy. You could be a little bit sporadic at this time. You definitely are not in this energy of soulmate energy. You very well could be single, or on the verge of being single. There very well could be a breakup happening. There could be a breaking of souls, of a tract. There's definitely something here about a relationship not really serving you. Your challenge really is to move forward with truth. I do feel that there is going to be a way for, going to be a pathway opened up to you, and you just need to be patient with that, okay? But you need to be honest with yourself about this particular situation. Now, your breakthrough here is the Nine of Pentacles. This is about dependency. This is about interdependence. This is about being dependent or and at this point, you're feeling that maybe there's somebody siphoning off of you energetically or financially of some sort. This could very well be something to do with energy. It very well could be finances. It could be a lot of different things. Your power, though, is to cut out the toxicity. And I feel that this whole dynamic that you're dealing with right now, if you speak, if you see the truth and you move forward with truth about this codependency, okay, within yourself or within the other person, and you cut out this toxicity, okay, and somehow bring a collaboration, okay, instead, there's definitely something here about equalizing this situation. Able to speak, maybe you're unable to be out on your own at this time. Maybe it's not the right time to move forward with independence. Maybe it's the fact that, well, the housing market, it's plummeting. There with the job, and you're trying to make ends meet, and even with the full-time job, you're unable to have your own place because it's too expensive. Okay, so you're having no other choice but to depend on others in order to be in a particular situation. Now, I feel if you're looking to move forward, I don't think this is the right time to move forward specifically, but it's the time to transmute. It's the time to recognize that maybe dependency is the best way. Maybe it's about working together. Maybe it's about working together as a team rather than being dependent on one person or the other. Okay? The Three of Pentacles here is really talking about collaborating with the people around you to support each other. Okay? But really transmuting this aspect of toxicity. Maybe that's through truth. Maybe that's through communication. Okay? Maybe this is seeing things from a higher perspective. Okay? Maybe there wasn't any particular relationship here, specifically. Maybe it was by necessity. Okay? There's really nothing wrong with that. As long as there's collection, as long as you are working together to bring about some sort of equilibrium and really transmuting this toxic energy. You do feel that there's good things coming for you in the future, okay? This is a lot about patience, okay? This is definitely a lot about understanding that what you put into something, you'll get out of it, okay? This is about being of support to others without the toxicity, seeing things at face value, seeing things very truthful, very honest within yourself. You know, it's not easy out there right now, specifically if you're on your own. And I feel that there's a lot of people out here that do need to be working together in their communities to come together and support each other. Okay, I don't feel that we, as a single individual, unless you are making $70,000-$80,000 a year, even for that matter, that you're even able to stay on your own unless you're in a room somewhere. Okay, so it's very difficult. Okay, they're making it very difficult to have any type of solitude or have any type of independence. So this is where we're realizing this, see the truth for what it is, for the market, for the current status quo of society, And we need to band together as communities to help each other out. And I do feel that that will bring us the spring. That will bring us through this dark winter. Okay? Check on your friends. Check on the people that you hold to your heart. Okay? They very well could be going through something. All right? Welcome in, Coco. All right, number 2. What's your breakthrough? All right, so your pattern right now, you're very calling your energy back. You're wanting to walk away from a particular situation. Emotionally, I do feel that you're detaching, ending out something, no doubt. Your breakthrough is that you're needing to definitely end out something, cut your losses. This is about apologizing to yourself for maybe putting yourself through particular situations. Maybe there's an apology coming in for ghosting you. You know, maybe you need patient. It's about being humble, ultimately. Maybe you cut somebody off too soon. Maybe they cut you off too soon and they're coming in with an apology. And I'm really cut that somebody acted out of haste, out of greed, out of selfishness. And this made you detached. This made you move forward in something. It could be this way or it could be the other way around. You may have acted out of greed or selfishness by calling your energy back and wanted to walk away from their energy and cut them off. And maybe you're now wanting to come back in and apologize and just be patient with the current situation. You know, maybe you're waiting for your next wave to move forward. Here about being patient. There's definitely something here about being compassionate. Maybe your ability to be humble and apologize, to show compassion, to, you know, to not necessarily cut somebody off cold turkey. With the Queen of Pentacles here in the reverse, though, your pattern is calling your energy back. The Eight of Cups is your challenge to walk away, and your breakthrough to cut things off, to finally put down your burdens, to not even listen to what other people are saying anymore. Because if you're waiting for some sort of closure regarding this particular situation, I do feel that your power is to show compassion. All love and light, but take no shit. Okay? And your future, you just need to be patient. Your ships are coming in. Okay? It's just, this very well could be dealing with the wind. It could be dealing with the societal situation going on right now. There's a lot of different systems going through major changes. So it's just biding your time, kind of working through it. Okay? And I do feel that things will start working out a little better. All right? All right, number 3, let's look into yours. Number 3, right off the top. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're sitting here with 2 higher arcanas, the Emperor, the Empress. Okay. So number 3, your pattern. Showing compassion, showing love. This is about loving yourself and loving others. Your challenge, though, is taking some sort of leader's position, the emperor. And I'm really feeling I'm speaking on a cosmic empress or emperor. You're really kind of tapping into more masculine and feminine energy, okay? Your breakthrough, maybe it's time to slow shit down a little bit. Maybe you don't necessarily have to take charge, okay, with this kind of emperor energy. Maybe fall back, maybe, and just slow the roll. Your power, it's really staying in this energy of gratitude, I feel. This energy of abundance. Well, you could be in this energy of not so satisfied with your current status, with your current situation, but you continue to have compassion, you continue to love, you continue to be passionate within your sympathetic. And I feel this is a good energy to hold right now. Our communities they are in definitely dire need of support. And by moving forward with some sort of action in order to maybe lead by example with the emperor energy, I think this is by taking a leadership position or a leader stance, and kind of taking care of your community with action. I do feel that by balancing this out, you're balancing out your divine energy. And I do feel I'm speaking to somebody in divine energy, okay? Now, your future, the Empress energy. So you're moving from maybe an entrepreneur, maybe you're starting a new business, and now you're moving into this energy of nurturing this, okay? There very well could be something that you're birthing, this new idea they're birthing. There's definitely something coming through this. There's definitely transformation. And by having this Queen of Cups kind of energy as your pattern and continuing to move forward with compassion and love and nurturing energy, I do feel to be very fruitful for you coming out on the other side. With your future card and the Empress and your current pattern with the Queen of Cups, this is a beautiful energy, ultimately, all right? Not be necessarily satisfied with the current reciprocity, but it's because you maybe need to slow down and be in the stillness, okay? With it being in the wintertime, things do quiet down. Things do come to a halt. It is very needed that you need to go within and be in the stillness, and allow this dark time to really allow you to reflect on everything that you put your energy into and allow things to work out organically. Maybe this is the Eight of Wands telling you to slow down. It's time to slow down. Now that you've created something and you built something and you're standing in business, you're moving forward with a very fiery passion of the Emperor. Maybe you're kind of slowing down now because you're really not current status of what you've been pouring into. So maybe by calling your power back, maybe by slowing down, it'll allow you to step into this energy of gratitude for what is in the moment. Okay, you could be finding peace of mind, your your emotional needs being met, but within yourself, within the confines of connection between you and in your higher power with spirit. With your future card here and the Empress, I'm really seeing that there's definitely something that's being birthed and it needs time to grow. So by you taking your time and slowing down, you're really kind of taking into the moment of what you're building and you're nurturing that, which I feel is extremely important. Because this is a new idea. I do feel that with the Emperor and Empress energy out here, process of changing the world. You're in the process of healing not only yourself, but the people around you in your community. So I think this is very substantial for you, for your breakthrough reading. I do feel that you are on the right track, number 3. I feel that you just need to maybe slow down and then nurture the moment. Nurture and take one moment at a time, okay? right, we're moving back to number 1. And we're going to do the career potential. Just to see what we have going on for the new year. So this isn't about having a job. This is about you stepping into a new energy of building something for yourself. A little side quest, side message that just popped out here. Somebody is extremely bitter at the fact that you're healing and you're finding wish fulfillment even after all that they've done to try to ruin you, to try to bring you down, to try to put you in the slumps. Apparently their manipulation isn't working. You've been guarded, you've been guided, and you've been protected. And they are extremely bitter at the fact that you're still finding wish fulfillment. You're definitely healing. You definitely have some sort of miracle coming in, whoever that's for. Okay, you're definitely alchemizing this chaos. Okay, the worst is over is what I'm hearing. We're going from the Tower in the reverse to the Star to the Ten of Cups. You definitely have something coming in for you. So you just need to stay the course. Okay, whoever this is for. Doesn't necessarily have to be for a particular number. It could just be overall for collective energy. Look into the career potential for number 1 right off the top, Spirit. Right off the top for number 1. Okay. I kind of like this, but I don't. All right, number 1. And I'll tell you why. So yourself, you got the 5 of Cups in the reverse. You've done a lot of work to alchemize some sort of sadness and heartbreak, some betrayal of some sort. You really come out on top on that. Really, really well for yourself, okay? And your situation is the fact that there's people out here outright trying to sabotage your stability. And, you know, trying absolutely everything to bring about your demise. Okay? Picking up on an envious energy. They're working with other people, thinking that they're smart, thinking that they're pulling the wool over your eyes, thinking that you don't know a damn thing. Okay? And it's really about choosing those people wisely that you are sharing your compassion with, being very discerning as to who you are sharing and collaborating with emotionally. Okay, who do you have in your closer center, closer circle? Who do you show compassion to? Who do you love? Who do you pour into? Who do you hold your heart? The 3 of Cups is usually about celebration and about being with your tribe and being fulfilled and knowing that you've got people by your side and whatnot. But it's really telling me to use discernment at this time. The long term, we have the Magician in the reversed, right? So I'm kind of feeling this is the discernment that you need to have, because the people that you very well could have in your energy or so-called supporting you, they very well could be not so supportive. They very well could be trying to manipulate you. So be very careful as to who you have in your closer knit circle, okay? With the developments, this is the Fool. We've got some downloads coming in. We got some information coming in. We got some ideas to move forward. We got some ideas to allow your intuition to guide you in a particular endeavor. And I'm really kind of feeling like anybody that's looking to hold you back from striving, anybody that's looking um, to kind of slow you down, to hold you back, to keep you from stepping up into this new beginning, and you know, trying to make you question your intuition, making you feel confused, that kind of thing. Even the people that put you in this sadness or betrayal, if you still have these people in your reality and you've so-called resolved, uh, you really got to question their resolve and don't necessarily take what they say, but take what they do, okay? Um, because I feel that there's people out here trying and slow you down, to keep you from moving forward and taking a leap of faith. Because when you take this leap of faith, there's definitely something here about you rising to the next level. This is about you closing out old cycles, celebrating this accomplishment, of really kind of stepping into your heart space of validity and wholeness. Okay, with the Five of Cups in reverse, we're speaking on the fact, you know, you've really had to use your discernment as to who you're pouring into. And I feel that out of the five, there may be three people that you may want to still be in contact with, but there's two out of the mix, two, maybe three out of the mix that you're maybe kind of questioning. Okay, and I feel that this is valid, okay, because I feel there's some sort of manipulation here. Still within the three. I'm really kind of getting this mole energy where, you know, it could be somebody behind a fake account. If you're on social media, it could very well be somebody, you know, trying to manipulate you in some sort of way. But we got the moon here, and this is within your challenge position. This is about seeing what's being revealed to you and taking it into stride, taking it in stride about whatever manipulation that's happening, okay? Over time, I do feel that you're going to see people's true colors, and I think the manipulation will be revealed to you, but you really need to take into consideration what is being told to you and believe it, okay? Because I feel that with this Three of Pentacles, they're going to be trying to gaslight your stability. But ultimately, you're going to rise above all of this regardless, okay? And whoever this is that's holding you back out of the five or the three that are trying to sabotage your new boundaries, it's going to become evident, okay? Because these people are not going to support your forward movement. And anybody that does not want to support your forward movement, you can mark them in this in this group that wants to potentially sabotage you. Okay? But there's definitely something here about you using your intuition. All right? Allowing your intuition to guide you in a particular area or decision. Okay? Welcome in, Daphne. All right. Number two, I'm going to get into a career potential. Did I do 3 breakthroughs already? I feel I did. It's just flying by. It's like a blur. Could be very well be a sensation that you have right now, collective. Your days may be moving in a blur, like they don't really. You might think it's like Thursday and it's actually Monday, or vice versa. Like you're just kind of gone in a way that you're not even looking at the calendar. Could very well be a thing. All right, what number am I on? Number 2 for career potential, I think. Right off the top. Okay. Number 2, you're definitely finding balance in your situation, I feel. You're definitely focused on justice. You're definitely focused on some sort of balance. Your situation overall, you're taking a leadership position with your justice, quite possibly. And your advice is to stick up for yourself, to create boundaries for yourself, to stand in your power, to recognize who you are, what you offer a situation, and lead by example. Now, with the developments, there's definitely a new foundation being built, a new movement being drawn out, and the allies, there could very well be people coming back to apologize. All right. This is definitely about being strategic, though. Your challenge with the Seven of Swords, this is about being very strategic, very discerning as to who you allow back in your energy, because there very well could be some people here that are trying to sneaky. Okay. Your long term is a King of Cups. So this is you standing on guard. This is you being very solid in your emotions. This is maybe guarding your heart, knowing what you want and standing on it, not swaying. And with the Seven of Wands, you're sticking up for yourself. You're not allowing any gaslighting energy or sneakiness to be front, okay, of a situation that you're dealing with here. The Emperor here in your situation, you're definitely taking a leadership and leading by example. You're not taking yes or no for an answer. You're leading the way at this time. And the developments is there's definitely some new commitments. There's definitely some sort of celebration. There's definitely some sort of solid foundation being built regarding this situation. And I feel that you're not only sticking up for yourself, but you're sticking up for your nation or your people, your community. This is definitely giving out a sense of justice with the Justice card here in the Self. And with the Allies energy, I feel that people are actually recognizing that you're not out here trying to be sneaky, right? You're out here trying to stand on, out here sticking up for the underdog, let's say. You're out here making a commitment not only to yourself, but other people that are in need of some sort of assistance or help. I'm really kind of to save your energy in this reading here. You're really kind of trying to step up for your community, but you're being very strategic as to how you go about this, right? Because you know there's people out here if you're trying to take you off your throne or to diminish who you are. And this is why you're standing up for yourself. This is why you're sticking to your guns, or very, very strategic as to how you stick up for yourself and others. I do feel that you're shedding the light. I do feel that you're showing the way. And you're allowing people to prioritize what they choose to nurture, what they choose to stand for. You're really allowing people to, really helping them focus as to what their responsibilities are, what the ones that they shouldn't even be carrying. So I do feel that there's a releasing of certain plates that are too filled with pressure. And I feel that you're helping other people to be very strategic as to how to guard their heart, but yet still be compassionate and still move forward. I think this is a beautiful energy, number 2. I really feel that, I do feel that good things are coming out in the mix here. You just got to stand on business and continue moving forward. You're going to start to see the difference You're going to start to see the new stability come in. Okay? It's just, the Spirit's saying something along the lines of it's trickling in right now, and you're having to use strategy at this time. But things are going to be a lot more grounded, a lot more compassionate, a lot more loving, a lot more kind, a lot more protective. I really get a protective energy with the Emperor, the King of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. With the Four of Wands, this is a lot of a new stability coming in, and there's definitely justice here too as well. Okay? Is there something going on with the volume? Is there something going on with the volume? No. I find it very hard to believe that I've only got 8 to 9 people watching. Anybody keeping what number I'm on? I get a feeling that somebody's trying to distract me, sending me distractive energy. I think I'm on number 3 for the career potential. Another thing, I must admit, there's been a bunch of people, okay, that have been coming in, subscribing to the channel, and after a couple days, unsubscribing, and then coming back a couple days later, subscribing, and then coming back a couple days later and unsubscribing. And they continue to do this. How about you just stay gone? Because if you think that you're affecting me by affecting my notes, and you know you're trying to create an ebb and a flow, you know, with my numbers, thinking that that's breaking my heart, that I'm losing subscribers, I really take to the notion that the trash usually takes itself out. But when the trash tries to walk back in, that's all right. It's almost like you subscribe just to unsubscribe, and you think that it's hurting my feelings. It's not even triggering me. It's making you look like an idiot. If you're just doing that because you're that bored, you can stop. Because the only thing you're doing is you're looking like an idiot by bouncing in and back out again. By subscribing and then unsubscribing, and then subscribing and then unsubscribing. Make up your fucking mind. If you want to be here for the message, then great. If you don't want to be here for the message, there's plenty of other readers out there you can go and watch. Okay? Simple stuff. Like, don't hurt your thumb on the way out. Okay? If you're that calm and you're that undecided, you can just stay the fuck out and stay the fuck gone. Okay? Because I don't need your number telling me whether or not I have another subscriber. Yippee-doo fucking yay. Okay? I'm not here to get numbers. I'm here to provide a message. And I don't need subscription to feel validated. Okay? Only for you to remove it. It doesn't bother me one bit. Okay? So if you don't want to be here, and you think subscribing and then unsubscribing, it's driving me crazy, it's really not. It's just utterly making you look like an idiot. And if you have this much time coming in to do that, hobby. Okay? Simple stuff. Now, this doesn't go to say to my supporters and to the ones that are actually supportive and the ones that actually want to be message, that previous message there, that wasn't for you, okay? I'm very grateful for your support. I'm very grateful for your continued and membership and all that jazz. Okay, don't think that I'm ungrateful. Okay, because I'm very grateful. But I'm fluctuating at about 9 subscriptions. So they've got other people coming in here to do the same thing. Right? Thinking that they're going to deter me and slow me down and to ruin my stance on having a channel here on YouTube. All because I lose 9 subscribers. Like, they can stay gone. Bye. Don't let them be on the way out. The ones that are committed and supportive, you're welcome to stay. I'm happy you're here. That's all I gotta say. I've been called here to put these messages out. And, you know, it is what it is. I'm not necessarily looking for validation. Okay? Because if I was looking for validation, I probably would have a long time ago. If I was looking for validation. It's been, yeah, I would have quit a long time ago. I'm here to provide messages for the collective. Okay? So, Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light, any ill will sent towards this life, or my tribe, myself, let it be transmuted into blessings of prosperity, abundance, protection, and clarity, courage. And any ill will residue of ill intention, let it be sent back to sender and bound to them indefinitely. Because we're not playing games over here. Welcome in, John. The ABQ is in the house. Daphne. Delphine. What? Delphine. Firing Stony. Deli. That's quite the tongue twister of a name. Either way, thank you for joining. What number am I on? Who's paying attention? I think I'm number 3 for the career potential. I could have kept better track, but I figured I could handle it. All right, number 3, career potential. Let's just do that one. Right off the top, Spirit. All right, Spirit's saying... I'm kind of getting Mrs. Doubtfire. Help is on the way, dear. Kind of thing. It's that at the restaurant where dude's choking on the pepper, and Mrs. Doubtfire comes in to give him the Heimlich maneuver and shakes off his mask and his wig and everything, and the truth comes out. And it's almost like kind of picking up on a position where somebody's trying to create a situation and chaos only for them to be able to come in and save the situation and look like the savior to picking up on. Right? So somebody's trying to create chaos to be able to come in and save you. To be the victor. And this is to regain a new connection after some sort of heartbreak. Okay? So number 3, you're in a position right now where you're in patience. You're waiting for that perfect wave. You're waiting for that perfect moment that you can start moving forward. You're waiting on that point in time where you can collaborate and you can start moving. And I feel that you're really utilizing your intuition, your intention. You're being very methodical as to what you're thinking, what you're working on. And the situation is with the Lovers in the reverse, you're really cutting out the fray. You're cutting out these very karmic energies. You're cutting out quite possibly a Gemini, but it doesn't have to be. But the Lovers reverse, you're definitely cutting out the fray of all the bullshit. Now, your advice is the Ace of Cups. Whatever the situation is where you're dealing with this Lovers in reverse, there was no love here. Okay? And whatever you were doing, there was no love in it. There was animosity. There's definitely some sort of information coming in. It very well could be coming in quickly. It could be somebody studying you. It could be somebody watching you. You definitely have an ally on your side, though. There's the Queen of Wands here in the upright. She's very passionate, very intuitive, very in touch with her passion and her magic. She's definitely protected. Okay. The challenge is, though, is to see that inner light and to allow it to guide you. The long term is the Strength card, having strength to endure. There's definitely something here about seeing the magic within you, seeing your inner light, allowing light to guide you. I really don't see a relationship with this Queen of Wands, specifically. I think maybe dealing with some sort of bitterness, trying to alchemize that bitterness. You guys are definitely not in the relationship kind of avenue right now, because I feel that at this point you both have been hurt. And I feel that you're just being patient. You're waiting for the wave. You're waiting for that next endeavor. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for your train to show up. You're waiting for that divine orchestration or that divine moment where you're allowing, the divine is saying, okay, you can move forward. With the developments, I think you're studying at this time. You're very much looking at the truth. You're seeing things for what they are. You've taken off the rose-colored glasses. You very well could be stepping into your magic of a manifestation. You're maybe protecting yourself. You're allowing your passions and the fire within you to protect you and to give you the strength to move forward. Your challenge is to see your inner light. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You just need to hold patience. Okay? You just need to stay empowered. The tables are turning, though. We've got the 8 out here, the infinity symbol on our arm. So I think past energy, shit's about to spin the block, come back through. And it's being told that you're needing to have strength while going through this. Okay? It's only spinning the block to see if you've really changed, to see if you've really developed a strong foundation for yourself. And this particular energy that's coming in from behind, from the past, you don't have any love for them. You don't have any connection. You don't have any patience. You don't have anything. They very well could be watching. But somebody's definitely studying you. Somebody's definitely, you know, learning from you to some degree. But I do feel that there's something here about a transformation happening. You need to be strong. There was a past energy that may have showed up to you, but they really didn't. This is going to become very evident. The truth is coming out. Regarding that, you need to stay strong. You just need to be patient. Okay? Welcome in, everybody. I don't know as I think I did a bunch there with three different layouts. So if you want to rewind to check it out, you can rewind to check it out. Collective, spirit, and any energy that the collective overall needs to, outside of the 1, 2, and 3 readings. Is there any other messages for the collective? So there's definitely something hidden from you. So there's the King of Pentacles, the Sage, the Ace of Cups in the reverse, the Emperor, and the 9 of Cups. Let's come out. There's somebody really bitter that you walked away. There's somebody extremely bitter, the fact that you walked away from them. You really broke their heart by walking away. But they were not your wish fulfillment, collective. I think you realize that. You realize they were not your wish fulfillment. You were ultimately trying to stay stable, trying to stabilize yourself, to be independent, trying to be able to be very strong, stable in your own energy. And there were people out here trying to create a story for you that really wasn't needed. And it pretty well got you to walk away, to move to calmer waters. It really broke your heart because they didn't show up correctly. This may have already happened, or this very well could be happening soon. Either way, there's definitely a lot of emotional manipulation here. And it wasn't on your part. And I feel that you're very grounded, very transparent, very intentional, very solid in your intention. And you're just trying to move to calmer waters. Somebody's really heartbroken at the fact that you're standing on business, that you have boundaries. And it's almost like you checkmated them. And I feel that they tried to break your heart. They tried to shatter you. But the fact that you checkmated them, and the fact that you're moving towards some sort of independent wish fulfillment, you're whole as an individual. You're not needing anybody to make you feel complete. You're totally complete as you are. You very well could have had some sort of issues in the past of codependence. You pretty well cleared that out. You're very much healed from that. Somebody did not anticipate you healing that. Was hoping that you would chase them. And I'm really kind of picking up on this overall energy of them trying to create chaos, so that way you would have no other choice but to go back and get them to help you. But they wanted to dominate you. It wasn't a case of whether or not they wanted to be compassionate to you. They didn't give you, they didn't love you. They wanted to dominate you. And you walked away from them. And it literally broke your heart to walk away from them, because at one point I feel that you really truly loved them. But it ultimately was the catalyst to your growth, to you finding your own completeness within yourself, within your own emotions, not needing somebody to fill a void of any sort to validate you or to make you feel complete. Like, at the point your cup runneth over. And I feel that you creating some sort of new boundaries, I feel this is really kind of stem, because they really felt that they were trying to make you out to be codependent. If you weren't codependent, maybe you were interdependent. Maybe you wanted to pour into somebody. Maybe it looked like you were codependent, but you were willing to give your life to a relationship. You were willing to put the energy and the effort into a relationship. And they kind of maybe took this as codependency. They thought that you were maybe leeching off of them, but it wasn't the case at all. You were very much in an emperor energy, trying to lead by example, try to leadership position here in this position. But I feel that you had to walk away and break your own heart by doing so, in order to step into this leadership position and feel fulfilled within yourself, in order for them to recognize that there's definitely here with you. And I feel that now they're trying to create some sort of chaos that is blowing up in their face, so that way that you would have no other choice but to look out to this for some sort of help. Because I feel that they totally removed any and everybody that would have been able to help you out of your life. This was a very individual to start with. They were very methodical as to their stance and their intentions with you. And they were definitely trying to dominate you and isolate you. I'm really picking up a narcissist vibe here. They were very definitely trying to dominate you in a way that, left you isolated and with no help. So that way they could create a chaos and come in as a savior and help you. And that's why I was getting that Mrs. Doubtfire analogy. But I kind of find it interesting, because, like, the Divines got jokes to where this person thought that they were going to you. I feel that you're dominating them, because they don't know how to show up at this point. They don't know how to show up. because you feel you're standing in a leadership position. You're standing on boundaries. And the fact that they broke your heart, it's not looking good on them. You've weathered the storm. You've learned a major lesson. You rose above it. And I do feel that you're standing in a very solid position right now. And Divine's got jokes where they thought they were going to create chaos to the point where you had no other choice but to ask them for help. Okay? The Divine's taking care of shit for you. Not only helped you get into some sort of a compassionate energy of fulfillment within your set, helping you strive to rise above it. Yeah, you're coming out of the tower. And they're pissed off about it. The fact that you see things in perspective and you're unapologetic about it. You're getting back everything that they took from you. And you're building your own foundation. You're committing to yourself. This is beautiful. I don't think they anticipated that. Is there anything else? You're putting this whole idea of loving someone else to rest and you're loving yourself. You're still compassionate, but you're putting to rest the overwhelm. You're not taking on any other distractions right now. You're focusing on your own garden. You're focusing on what you're building. You're putting your investment back into yourself, I feel. Yeah, you're standing your ground. Letting your intuition to guide you, being very strategic. Yeah. Taking a leap of faith in a new direction, allowing your intuition to guide you. Elevating and the alchemy of the lovers. The alchemy of your masculine and feminine energy. You're falling in love with yourself again. You're choosing you for a change. And you're cutting out all these other burdens. Everything anybody else said, you don't care anymore. Everybody else's opinion doesn't matter. What the divine is showing you at this time. You're very much nurturing yourself. You're kind of in the in-between, whether or not you're focusing on, you're nurturing the nostalgia of the past. And you're kind of in the threshold of a new beginning, moving forward. I think that's what you're nurturing right now. You're in the middle of that threshold. You're walking through the doorway at this time, I feel. Yeah, somebody's trying to stop you, though. Somebody's trying to slow you down. But you're walking through it anyway. I'm hearing at all costs they're trying to stop you. Yep, they're trying to make you helpless, to disenfranchise you, and try to rip the purpose out of your hands, as if you're not entitled to it. Trying to steal your heart. 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're not going to be able to do that. Somebody's going to come in to try to partnership with you, but they're ultimately going to try to partnership with you to get this 10 of Pentacles. So be very wary as to who you're allowing in your energy. They're being very strategic, thinking they're very sly. Somebody's trying to slow you down, distract you. If they do, they'll try to destroy you, to create chaos, so that way you have no other choice but to ask them for help. Somebody's trying to get you indebted to them somehow, some way, so that way you just can't leave. Being very strategic. They're coming in with a love offer. Like, this person is out for clout. What else, Spirit? Yeah, that ace keeps coming out. What about the Ace of Cups? Yeah, they don't want you walking away. Yeah, they don't want this ending. They're trying to stall you out, only to leave you out in the cold all over again. I feel they left you out in the cold to start with. But because you rose above it and you walked away, you just continue walking away. And they're trying to manipulate that. They're trying your manifestation. You're very, very good. You're very nurturing. You're very, very abundant. You're very much, you're very talented. You have a lot to hold. So, yeah. So they're trying to create chaos where there is none. So that way that you'll get left out in the cold. That way they can come some sort of compassion to you. Because they know you're talented. They know who you are. And the thing is that they know you do have the potential to be compassionate. So they're trying to cause chaos. So that way you're left out in the cold. That way they can come in and nurture you. And that way they can get in with the idea of the clout. They can take advantage of what you're good at. There's an Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups. So whatever they're coming in to try to help balance things out, you're not going to decide with it. It's almost as if there's going to be some sort of breadcrumbing. Ace of Pentacles here. There's definitely an offer of stability to balance things out with the 2 of Pentacles, and then the 4 of Cups. You're unsatisfied with the balance of... This could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But they see your true potential. Somebody out here absolutely loves you. They don't want you walking away. They want to put this rest of walking away. They want to put this to rest about ending out any type of anything that they've said to make you feel worthless or to make you feel like you don't matter. Somebody wants to pour into you because they see your potential. They want to give you an offer to help balance things out, but it feels like there's an it's not satisfactory. This could be you. You could be the Queen of Cups, and you could be loving yourself. You're having a hard time walking away. You're having a hard time putting an end to burdens because you're feeling left out in the cold, and you see it all. You have something to bring to the table to balance things out, but you're unsatisfied with the offers or the possibilities at this time. That could also be it too. You could be dealing with a tyrant. It's almost as if somebody came in to gaslight you about this offer. They gave you this offer only to basically pull the rug out from underneath you. Looks like they're compassionate and nurturing, but they're really not. Yeah, you don't have any hope with the situation. And you could be guarded. You're standing on boundaries. You're cutting this out. You're letting this die out. Welcome in, Melissa. If tonight's messages are benefiting you in any way and you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so through many different channels here. Check out the description box. You can donate through Hipsy. You can get your own rating. You can donate through a super chat or a super sticker. You can also donate PayPal. The link is in the description box. All of the support that you bring to the channel and myself is greatly appreciated. Welcome in, Shelley. Thank you, Shelley. Will Shelley win the medical malpractice lawsuit? Five cards off the top. Somebody's not passionate. I do see some sort of a celebration or somebody working together with a particular something. Somebody's keeping you in the dark. And it's making you very, like they're trying to hide something. And it's like they're celebrating the fact that you're sad, the fact that you're not getting anywhere. Somebody's very emotionally manipulative. And there are Two of Pentacles out here speaking on balance. I really feel that it's like they're working together to bring about some sort of demise of something. The thing is if you're going against doctors and malpractice, you really have to have a really good lawyer that's in your corner. The Four of Swords in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Eight of Cups. This has been very difficult for you to alchemize because there's been a lot of manipulation and it's bringing a lot of unrest to your situation. You're having a hard time sleeping. I don't see anything good coming from this, to be honest. There's somebody out here nurturing some sort of lies and deception. They very well could be out here trying to make you look like a liar. Yeah, there's definitely betrayal in the mix here. People are working together to bring about some sort of, not necessarily demise per se, but I don't know. I feel like you're spinning your wheels. I don't really see much good in this. Spirit's saying something about cutting your losses and moving forward. Maybe doing a detox would help. Possibility. Three surgeons, two practices. Yikes. You may get an apology. Okay, well, very well could be something here about you getting back what is owed to you. I do feel that there's some sort of an official that's going to be compassionate regarding this situation. But they are trying to leave you in the dark. They're trying to deceive the situation. They don't want to take accountability. But I do see you moving beyond this. There is going to be some sort of a celebration here. But I don't know what that case is. Is there a message here for Kitty? Keep your cards close to your chest, Kitty. Specifically to people that are not being compassionate to you. They're trying to overwhelm you. Don't allow this trigger to happen. Just continue moving forward. You're going to be moving forward. Slow and steady wins the race. Stay grounded in your decisions. Don't get bothered by the triggers. Hold your boundaries close to you, okay? Kill the rage with kindness. So there's definitely deception here. Five of Swords. Somebody's going to eventually want to reconcile with you. Somebody wants to recommit to you. They're coming in fast. but you need to stand your ground. I'm bringing up it wasn't green on the other side. Yeah, they want to bring an end to the betrayal. Spirit saying something about they missed what you had. This could be somebody from the past. It could be a family member. It could be a lover. Spirit, what's the overall message for my collective? I'm going to do a 6 stack with the Voice of Souls calling my name. This message could resonate, it might not. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. There's some sort of duality in a situation. What you see in others, you must really kind of contemplate what you see in yourself. Because sometimes we show up as a mirror to people, and how the others show up as a mirror to us. It's really about finding the silver lining. Try to do your best to be in the energy of happiness. I feel that there's somebody out here being misguided. They're really not looking at the full picture. They need to take a step back. Really actually recognize how far they've come and find the happiness in that. In order to see the misguidance. Yeah, so this was an individual that came in within some sort of particular divine energy, but they're actually a karmic. They tried to seem like they had it all together, but they really didn't. And the Spirit's saying that they're only trying to cause chaos and misguidance. They're trying to misguide you, slow you down when you're trying to find happiness. When you're trying to find freedom, you're trying to cause chaos. They don't like seeing you happy. Apparently to them, bolting. And the fact that you're in the process of finding some sort of freedom, they're envious of it. And they don't respect you. And because you're finding happiness, they're in a burden of tears. They've been trying to steal your happiness for themselves. They're trying to emulate you, but it's really not looking good for them. You ultimately need to do your own work in order to rise, instead of emulating people that you want to be like. Like this person wants to be like you, but they're not willing to do the work. They're not taking the guidance to their divinity, which is cause chaos. And it's almost as if because they're doing this, they're creating a freedom for you because you're mirrored. They don't want to take accountability for what they've done. And they're in a burden of tears because they don't want to take accountability. They're not taking the guidance. And it's the fact that you respect yourself. They don't even respect themselves. It's really the fact that they need to see this from a different perspective. They need to look at the situation differently. Yeah, they're holding secrets. They're really not in the divine energy. They're actually in their karmic energy. And they're failing to communicate their feelings. Yeah, they're learning a major lesson. They're having no other choice but to learn a lesson. The divine's not playing with them. They're trying to play mind games. They're learning a very valuable lesson about causing chaos in other people's lives. Ultimately, they're going to move on and they're going to basically self-sabotage a connection, a possible friendship or a relationship with you because you've done the work and you're rising above it and they feel like they're being left behind. And because they're not willing to do the work and be courageous and do their own inner introspection, this is why they're being left behind. And in the process, causing chaos. When you're finding freedom, yeah, you're finding freedom. You're stepping into your divine energy. You're stepping through the chaos. You're transmuting this chaos. You're learning that you need to find your freedom. You're doing what you need to do what you need to do. And somebody regrets not taking that guidance. Somebody's regretting that they're doing the work. And you're finding stability through this, but they're not willing to do the work. And they're trying to make it like they're so-called doing the work, but they're just, I don't know why, but plagiarizing. So they're basically taking your work and regurgitating it, thinking that they're actually getting somewhere. They're not, because they're not applying it to themselves. They're not applying it to their own. It's like, they're regretting blowing this connection out, sabotaging this connection. Yeah, because they weren't willing to submit. I think this to the divine. They're not willing to submit to the accountability of their bullshit. They have no other choice but to look at this from a different perspective. Yeah, they're very much regretting that they're not taking accountability and they're holding secrets. It's eating them alive. They're learning a very valuable lesson. They're going to be coming in to ask you for help again because they regret holding secrets. And because they're learning this lesson, it's a very valuable lesson about being honest and transparent. Somebody tried to keep things from you. Source is guiding you and guarding you and protecting you at this time. Whoever this is that's regretting no guidance, they really haven't integrated their inner child, and that is their biggest feat. That's their biggest challenge right now. Somebody actually absolutely hates the fact that you walked away. And it's almost as if they're going to go to the grave. This secret. They're not coming in anytime soon regarding this. This is going to, this message, this information regarding this situation is going to cost them dearly. It's a message of warning for the karmic. Yeah. They're going to have a major loss if they don't get in touch with their inner child. Because there's a lot of trauma regarding their inner child that they haven't alchemized yet. And they're going to be receiving some major karma regarding this. Because they're letting hate them. And they need to release some major anger that they have. Yeah. They're trying to mirror you, and it's becoming impossible. Because their hate is seeping through. Their hate and animosity and anger towards the fact that you're empowered, the fact that you're finding freedom, the fact that you're connected to source, the fact that you are healing, the fact that they're trying to create a duality, they're trying to, you know, show face, and they're wearing a mask, and it's not, their mask is slipping. And tears because of it. They're getting to the point where they can't mirror themselves. Their mask is falling off. And this is really about nurturing themselves. This is really about loving themselves. And they can't even do that. So how do they expect you to love them? Because it's an insatiable thing. If you can't love yourself, or if they can't love themselves, and they expect somebody to pour into them, and there's a fucking hole in their cup, then you're depleted. And they don't care about that. They're not taking into consideration of that. You could give them everything that you have, and it still won't be enough, collective. And somehow they don't care. Just as long as you keep giving to them, and give 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 to them. Meanwhile, they're not even willing to give themselves. Like, this is sad. Like, they need a constant validation from other people in order to actually feel something. As if they matter. And I get the feeling like you're not pouring into them anymore. They're feeling unvalidated. It's because you're focusing on yourself. You're focusing on your own energy. You're focusing on showing yourself compassion. Filling your own cup. You very well could be in solitude at this. Trying to focus on nurturing you. And healing your inner parts that still need healing. And this person is very dependent emotionally and energetically as well, I really feel. And they want into them, but you only have so much to pour into them. Whenever you pour into them, your cup stops overflowing because you lose track of pouring into yourself because they want much from you. And you're not about this depletion anymore. You've recognized when you're feeling depleted and when you feel that you can't give anymore. And then they get all guilt trippy because you're not pouring into them. And, you know, then they're calling you selfish because you're not pouring into them when you're trying to pour into yourself and you're trying to keep yourself stable. And now they're calling you selfish because you're not pouring into them. Meanwhile, they won't even pour into themselves. Like, when do you draw the line? When do you say no? You know? Their mask is falling off. This is the era of true colors. People are showing their true colors, their true intentions. If people aren't willing to pour into themselves, cut your losses. And I'm not necessarily saying walk away from them, but make sure your cup is runneth over and only pour out what you can and use just when it comes to other people. Know what you're pouring into is going to pour back into you. Otherwise, don't leave yourself depleted. Mystical forest. Yeah. They can be authentic. And they hate the fact that you're authentic. The fact that you don't have to wear a mask. You're going to get there, collective. You can't force flowers to grow, plants to sprout, so be patient and respect that everything happens in its own way and time. Because they don't want you stepping into your authenticity, they don't want things coming in for you. They're trying to slow shit down for you. But hope is on the horizon. You're about to receive it all, collective. You deserve to receive abundance at full capacity. Believe in your worth and trust that the universe is ready to deliver all that you desire. Open up. Set an example. Show them how it's done. Yeah, they don't have... They're trying to diminish your strength, is what they're trying to do. They don't want you to have the inner strength to feel that there's hope on the horizon. You're forging a new pathway for you, and they don't want you to decide to take this pathway. They're trying to thwart you out of this path, so that way you don't take this path. Yeah, they want you to throw away this whole idea of making room for new. The more holding you back, the better. A deeper world. They don't want to go deep. They don't want to go deep within themselves to find out the true essence of what they need to fix. And they're trying to put your spark of life. They want you to feel hopeless. They don't want you to find fulfillment. As an energy vampire or somebody that's siphoning off of your energy. They don't want you doing what you want. They wanna corral you. They wanna leash you. They wanna dominate you. They don't want you following your heart path. They don't want you having any manifestations come in. And they sure as hell want, you know, and here you are trying to raise the bar. And they want to stay shallow. When you're willing to go deep and rip it out at the root, they just want to stay shallow with their snorkel gear and just float around on the top. Like, they're not willing to put in the work. But they're showing up as if they got their shit together. They're showing up as if they're doing the work. They're showing up as if they got things all situated themselves when they really don't. They're losing their grip on reality. I'm going to let you know that now. Your feelings with no debate. Life is a gift. Okay? Remember who the fuck you are. Okay? There's going to be doors opening up for you. Don't allow somebody to make you forget who you are. Don't make somebody make you feel like their life isn't a gift, that life is unfolding for you. Seize the day. Carpe diem. You know, there's no debate in this. You need to trust your feelings. And stay in your abundant energy. Don't allow somebody to pull you out of it. And I'm really picking up on people trying to do that with guilt. Like, you're willing to do the work for you, but they're not willing to do the work for themselves. So they're going to sit here and feel guilty because they can't do this, they can't do that for themselves. Meanwhile, if they just change the frequency and they change their ability to step forward and rise above their shit and actually go within and empower themselves and be creative with their inner child and allowing that inner child to come out to play, to inspire them to rise above their bullshit, then they would start to see their truest potential. But they're not willing to do that. This is about you building a new connection with your inner child after it being neglected and abandoned for so long. And I wish, whoever this is, I wish them healing. I wish them courage to move through this. And I'm speaking from personal experience. Once you step into that whole idea of fighting and sticking up your inner child, okay, despite what you've been through, like coming from me, I've been through absolute abuse known to man. Okay, absolutely every single kind of abuse you could think of, I've dealt with it. And I still rose above it. So if I can do that, so can you. But you need to have the courage. And you need to stick up for yourself. You need to stick up for your inner. And allow them to know that it's safe to be inspired again. Do it your way. There is no debate. Live life to the fullest. Yeah, they don't want you to know that it's coming, but it is. You will find fulfillment. Trust your feelings, alchemize it, and let it go. Somebody wants you to feel like life is not a gift, that it's not coming in for you, and that you're not one of a kind. You are one of one. Remember who you are. Okay? Most people going through what you've went through wouldn't have made it out the other side. You are one of one. Okay? And they don't want you to make any decisions because of this. And you need to let this whole idea that you're helpless, you need to let this go. If I was to ever to say to let go of something, let go of the helplessness, because you're not helpless. Somebody doesn't want you having your soul awakening. Spirit saying it's too late, you already did. They don't want you having any new beginnings coming in for you. There's definitely something here about time to act on your heart path. Let your heart guide you. You're going to have some sort of instant manifestation come in for you. If you go with the key, the pause is the shift. So if you're feeling paused at this time to rest and recuperate and to gain strength, this is the shift. So allow that to happen and just kind of roll through, because shit's about to pop off for you. Somebody wants you to feel like you're not complete. You may not be feeling complete at this time, but it's coming in. Don't give up. You are complete. Somebody's trying to create an illusion where you're concerned. Yeah, they don't want you to be in your energy and shine your light. Because as you do, they're feeling guilty that they can't do the same. They're kind of envious at the fact that you are so courageous. The fact that you've healed. Everything that they threw at you, everything that they've tried to do to bring you down and to make you feel less than, you've alchemized it. You've turned your pain to power. And they're envious at the fact that you're strong, that you're courageous, that you're moving forward. Angels, what's going on with my collective? What is their message? Anticipate you rising above all the shit they threw at you. They didn't understand that you've been through this all before. It's like they thought that they could just manipulate you and do what they wanted, and really they've got no fucking idea what you've endured. Yeah, they want you to be afraid. They want you to be in this fear energy. You don't move forward. They're constantly trying to send you fear and anger and frustration. They're projecting all of the shit onto you, collective. So recognize it for what it is. Okay? They're throwing rocks and hiding their hands. And this could very well be energies that you've already cut out. You're being compensated. Okay? You will be compensated for all the bullshit that you've been going through. Do not be afraid. You're guided by angels. You are guided, guarded, and protected. You definitely have a divine calling. And no matter what you're going through, you will be divinely compensated for that. So continue moving with grace in order to receive this divine compensation. There's going to be some major energetic shifts, and you have a cloak of protection over you. Okay? So as long as you stay in grace and you act out of, you can allow love in again. Okay? You will get to the point where you can allow love in. And do not be afraid to let love in. Okay? You can still use discernment, but your legacy and your life and your experience was written in the stars. Okay? And Spirit's saying something about the fact that you're living out a prophecy. And Archangel Michael's clearing the way for you. So just hold tight. Good things are coming. Always stay in the energy of doing the right thing. Don't ever be swayed to do the wrong thing. If somebody's trying to get you to do the wrong thing, don't do it. Stay in your discernment. Face your shadow. Okay? Face and integrate your shadow. Learn how to dance with your light and your darkness. Both. Miracles are possible. Your desires are not unholy. Okay? be that you seek in the world. Lead by example. Show courage. Yeah, I said that too, Julie. Give yourself some time to heal first. Open yourself up to healing, okay? It doesn't necessarily mean that you're putting pressure on getting married again, but in order to love yourself, at least, right? And eventually you will come to this conclusion that you can let love in, but at least you've gone through some sort of transformation with that. You're going to use your discernment moving forward, and you're not gonna be putting up with the past shit anymore because you've learned from it. So you're looking at it with all brand new eyes, with new wisdom, with experiences, with new discernment. So trust yourself. Okay? Above all else, trust yourself and trust the divine. Okay? Heal the child within, be okay. Gabriel and Uriel. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel is out here. I'm supposed to read these. There are parts of yourself you had to abandon in your early years in order to survive, but now it's essential to reclaim all those parts in order to thrive. The child within you requires some tender loving care at this time, and so let them come to the surface and express all the needs to be shared. Hold them with passion and give them radical healing, understanding, and love. It's going to be okay. No matter what's happening, it's going to be okay. Everything is working out for you. The angels of light are shining you, your situation, and anyone involved. If you are feeling overwhelmed or anxious, know that this is a reminder of how much you care about things turning out well. And they will turn out well. Your activation, I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. And thank you, Archangel Uriel, for helping me to trust the process. Thank you, Roxanne. I'll throw you some cards in a couple minutes here. Just give me a sec. Life situations. When you guys are dealing with a lot of karmic energies and you're dealing with the low frequency, the biggest thing that you can do is heal the relationship that you have within yourself, okay, with your inner child and that inner raging, pissed off, angry teenager. Okay? I've been able to gain a new trust with my inner child. Okay? He's not huddled in a corner sad anymore. He's actually starting to come out of his shell a little bit more. Okay? It's taken me almost a year and a half to maybe 2 years to do that. But it's helped me to empower myself, to inspire myself, to find courage within myself. And now, since I've been dealing with my raging teenager, the ones that's off and, you know, wants to lose his shit, okay, he's a little bit more difficult to deal with, right? But it's because he was abandoned, just like my inner child, right? He was told to shut up. He was told that his opinion and his voice never mattered, that anything he had to say was insignificant. So now I'm trying to find my voice to allow him to come out to speak out on that. It's been challenging, because all he wants to do is rip people's heads off at this point. He literally has no spoons left for fucking anything. He's ready to rip some heads off. That's how infuriated he is. So it's been very difficult to try to allow him to come out to voice his opinion because he just wants to rip apart. He's so infuriated. Most of our teenager selves are enraged with anger. They've been left to go unheard of. And what do we need to know? New worlds. There are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. Commit to the journey. With determination, go all in for the long term. Your steadfast focus, lasting rewards. Worth the effort. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Knowing your dedication will lead to rewarding discoveries. You're almost there. Persist with faith, for you are on the brink of a breakthrough. You're about to bear fruit. See what is real. Observe with clarity. True insight lies beyond the surface. Answers unfold. Open and be willing to learn from this experience. Ride the current, embracing change, flow with the rhythm, and release resistance. Answers unfold in the dance of transition. Scales of balance. Seek equilibrium in love and career, harmonizing your inner scale to weigh decisions with both heart and mind. Rough road. Prepare carefully before you continue, for it's a long journey ahead. Hidden keys. Put things together piece by piece to reveal the bigger picture. Of unknowing. Float on the clouds of the unknown. Surrender to the mystery and embrace the sacred within. It's pretty well accumulating what I've said already tonight, confirming it all in itself. Roxanne, are you still here? So the tale is half open, I guess, this evening. The Chariot. You may be questioning your way forward, wanting to reconcile somebody. You're wanting to go through a doorway, you're coming to the crossroads, wondering what direction to go in. You're feeling rather disempowered. Spirit's saying something about you feeling like you won't make it. There's some sort of lies and deception. There's no commitment in a particular situation, and somebody doesn't want you to walk away, they just want your energy. And they're casting illusions. There could be a Cancer coming in that wants to reconcile with you, but they're just casting illusions. They don't want you moving forward with clarity. They don't want to have any commitment with you. They're trying to disempower you from walking away. They're an energy vampire. Yeah, they're trying to cause chaos. and they don't want you sticking up for yourself. They very well could be coming in to speak to you about something, and it's only to basic spread lies. They know that you have a lot of talent, you have a lot to offer a situation, and they're trying to keep you from moving forward in order. They want you to miss out. So be very discerning as to who you're allowing into your energy. Whoever this is coming in, they very well could be coming in to talk to you about some sort of lies. It could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It doesn't have to be. Somebody's coming in quick to talk to you about some sort of deception regarding some sort of commitment that kind of fell through because they did not want to walk away from want you walking away from a particular situation. But I have a feeling the Knight of Swords is somebody different than this Cancer individual. Somebody wants you spinning your wheels. But they want you to take accountability. They want you to reconcile with them. They don't want it the other way around. They don't want to take accountability. They just want to let bygones be bygones. They want to just continue moving forward with you. It's like you're their rock, so to speak. And they don't care that you're spinning your wheels. They don't care. They could care less if you're spinning your wheels, just as long as you reconcile and take accountability for them. So if this is the case, if somebody's trying to spin the block, coming in and making you feel guilty, whatever else, because you decided to walk away, sweep out. Because they're just trying to slow you down, keep you missing out from what might be coming in. And I do see major blessings coming in for you, Roxanne. Like 2026 is going to be very abundant for you. And I have a feeling these people know that. So you need to check yourself as far as who you are holding close to your heart, and who you are nurturing, and who you are putting your effort in. Yeah, somebody, it could be a Sag. It's causing chaos. Sag, a terrorist, as the Hood Witch says. They're coming in to sabotage you. Don't allow it to happen. Yeah, you ended this out already. You dropped these burdens. And they're going to come in. Oh, well, here, I have no idea. Let me sabotage you some more. Like, no. Get out of here. Yeah, they're going to come all up in their lovey-dovey. They might even show up with flowers. But they're very emotionally manipulative. And they're going to look stable, but they bring chaos with them. Where they could have water in their chart, and they have earth in their chart. So they could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Quite possibly Aquarius as well in their chart. Yeah, they don't want you walking away. They want you weathering the storm. They like watching you struggle. Makes them feel good about themselves. As long as you're struggling, it makes them look good. It makes them feel better that you're struggling and they're not. Why it's very predominantly important to know who you're pouring into and what their truest intention is. If Mustang Annie sat tonight and she's just lurking and listening, just so you know, you have a reading. You want a reading. Sarah Slays. Kimberly as well. I think it goes up as Kimberly. It's not Kitty Cat. This is Kimberly. So if you're watching, you want a reading as well. I notice there's like 20 some odd people watching now. If it's you. But Michael, Roxanne, I do believe that you won another one. Or no, you won that one already. I got you that reading already. Mo still have a reading. Michael, you have a reading. Sarah, you have a reading. So those are all the new winners. I'll be drawing another one probably for the full moon of in like for the beginning of the month. I'll be drawing another name. So you have a free full reading. Yeah. Somebody is feeling daunted, isolated, frigid, empty. They're withdrawn, isolated, and hiding. You're definitely standing in some sort of loyal energy. Steadfast, committed, very present in your energy. But you might be withdrawing and kind of hiding out to stay in this steadfast, loyal energy, feeling committed, healing. What's this all about? Somebody has some visions of you. They want results. Self-grandiose. So like they're very high on themselves. They're bitter, vindictive, isolated, ostracized. Could be an older individual. You could very well be in your oneness at this time. Very much someone that loves love, that you're very accepting. You're very, you're very much of service. Serves, loves, vibes. You're very much in your oneness. You could be looked at as a mentor, very focused, clear, bright. You remain a student. You're not only a mentor, but you like to learn. You keep your mind open. There could be some sort of contemplation, the mystery of unanswered questions. You could be in the idea of that, asking those unknown questions, the mysteries of unanswered questions. You've definitely done a lot of shadow work. You're reveling in the darkness and the world. You're recognizing the shadow of the world and within yourself and how that incorporates. You could be trying to follow some sort of passionful, trusting, vibrant, a light. You're definitely looking for some sort of vibrant ally. You're definitely aimed at the light. You're recognizing of your miss, but you're recognizing you're one of one. Spiritual bypassing, righteousness. So there very well could be something here about somebody like trying to make it seem like you're bypassing this whole spirituality thing, and you're making it like you're making it your own. When you're being guided by the divine is guiding you in this. This is how you are stepping into your oneness, by using, you're integrating your shadow, you're asking those unanswered questions, you're learning from these experiences, you're elevating with these experiences. People are bitter out here thinking that you're making shit up, and you're really not. You're being guided by the divine. You're very generous. You're volunteering your time. You could be donating a lot of your time and energy to a particular endeavor. And they're out here thinking that you're lying. You're out here look like a backstabber, that you're dull, and that you're painful. Just trying to riddle people with pain, and it's not the case. You're very fearless. You're very much a student. You're very much a practitioner of sorts, of mystics, of mysticism. Somebody's not give or even present any type of solution. They're very unwilling to see you from a particular position. They're not willing to see you as the true essence of yourself. It's like they're looking at you from the past. And I'm really feeling that they're seeing you from your unhealed version of yourself. You don't even live there anymore. You're not even a person anymore, and they're looking at you as that person. And you're totally accepting this new version of yourself. You're starting to validate it within your experience. You definitely see the hilarity of life. You're learning how to see things in a more comedic kind of aspect. You're not like, you're very lighthearted now. You're very much ingenious and spirited, energizing. You're a little bit more lighthearted. It's like you're allowing your inner child to come out to play quite a bit. Whoever that resides with, the cards kind of puked out under the table, so whoever that vibes with is your message. What's next, Spirit? A lover's reading? Oh, I really don't want to do a lover's reading, but fine. Okay. Bringing out my lover's oracle. Welcome in, Renee. Welcome in, Kylie. And Barbara. What's the lover's oracle gotta say? Somebody wants to know why you love them. Why do I feel so lost? Will this ever change? It's dark out here without you. I don't understand. I'm obsessed with you. Somebody is. They're hiding it. I can't believe you. Apparently you deserve better. Somebody doesn't feel adequate enough to show up for you. They can't compete where they don't compare. So why is it that you love me? Yeah. They're leaving their feelings in the dark is what they're doing. They don't feel that they're adequate enough to have a 10 of cups with you. And the fact that they need to see it from a higher perspective. They don't see it from a higher perspective. And they're more focused on themselves than anybody else. And they're emotionally inept. They're very much emotionally fucking manipulative. And they're very unbalanced. Financially, energetically. And they're definitely not into this whole reciprocity thing. Will this ever change? Eight of Pentacles. You're very talented, whoever you are. I don't think they feel they can compete with you. That's why they're feeling less than. And they see you investing in something. Whatever you're investing in, they're flabbergasted at this point by the looks of it. You're just moving forward, slow and steady. Yeah, the fact that you're so good at shit, the fact that you're shining, the fact that you're invested, the fact that you are moving forward, this is an injustice to them. They can't even compete where they don't compare. So whoever this is, why do they feel so lost? Why do they feel so lost? Because you walked away. Oh, walking, they thought that you were selfish. They thought you, because you walked away, they thought you were selfish. Six of Pentacles, when they wanted reciprocity. Or you walked away from their selfishness. Page of Wands. Maybe you were in this energy of reciprocity, but they were just not in it. Emotionally manipulative. They were emotionally dependent on you. And they had nothing to offer you. Either they had nothing to offer you or you had nothing to offer of what they wanted. Yeah. You walked away and left cold, or they walked away and left you out in the cold. One of the two. Just to cause conflict. I'm really picking up on this was an... Yeah, because you walked away. They tried to cause conflict because you were speaking and you were nurturing the truth. They did not want to be reciprocal. They did not want any reciprocity. They weren't inspired by your reciprocity. And they wanted to put you to rest as far as any type of... anything that you were good at, to put that to rest. The Eight of Pentacles come out on its side. They were just happy that you know, they could siphon emotions from you and manipulate your emotions. But they had you. They were breadcrumbing you. I'm really picking up this could have been a feminine earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This could have been family too. This could have been a family member. Or somebody that you know of from the past. Like family-wise, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Family kind of oriented. Doesn't necessarily have to necessarily be a lover. This could be somebody like a family member, a mother, a father, an aunt, an uncle, whatever. But I'm picking up on an energy like a Capricorn. Capricorn, Aquarius, maybe. King of Wands in reverse. Anyway. Whatever. Welcome in. I'm in the process of doing a lover's reading, so I'm going to do that first. It might represent for you if you want to rewind a bunch of different readings in the past there. It might resonate. And then again, if you have a super chat with a particular question or whatever, then I might get in on that after this reading. Love and my current. Yeah, so there's somebody from the significant other. They could feel they could be emotionally trapped. Love situation. They could be in, who knows. The Four of Pentacles. So love situation, they're keeping their cards close to their chest. Maybe they're hiding their feelings. They're hiding their intentions. The love challenges. They're focusing on themselves at this time. They're not distracted. They are moving forward some sort of truth with the advice. Maybe they're coming in to speak to you about something. Foundation. They're not satisfied with their current status quo. Higher power. The Four of Wands, they want to make a commitment to you, near future. And they're calling their power back. The blocks and inhibitions. The Seven of Pentacles, they're investing in something right now. They're too focused on that right now to come forward. Long-term potential. We got the Eight of Wands. He doesn't know how to be in the upright or reverse, so I think they're kind of sporadic as to what to do or how to get there. Is there anything else? Yeah, they feel like a failure. Whoever this is that's coming in. Yeah, Temperance. So they feel like a failure for causing us. They're very unstable. And they're coming out of a dark night of the soul. So somebody could be spiritually trapped, or they could actually be in jail right now. They could be in an institution of some sort too as well. Of Pentacles. They could be trapped by their family, by their possible commitments. They're wanting to end that situation and come towards you. But you're guarded at this time. And there's no reciprocity here. They know that there's no reciprocity. You're not going to give into this. You see that they're unstable already. You called your power back, and they're juggling way too much at this time to even come in. And they're dealing with a lot of conflict, what you don't see. Quite possibly with the Queen of Wands. They're lying about the fact that they love you to a Queen of Wands. You're standing on business. Something's going to be, yeah, it's going to be revealed that they don't want to commit to you. Because they're not willing to take accountability for what they've done. They destroyed this whole idea of having a new beginning with you. They just know that you need closure. And this is why they want to reconcile, because, you know, they want to be able to move forward and they can't. The World and the King of Cups in reverse. So there's definitely something here regarding a King of Cups that didn't want either you or them to move forward. And they tried to manipulate by being emotionally manipulative. It very well could have been a King of Cups. They were doing some sort of manipulation. They were misunderstanding you on purpose. They weren't actually getting the truth about your wish fulfillment. You're still moving forward. And they don't like this. You're very, very strong in your convictions. You're very strong and strongly footed, grounded. You're exposing their intentions. Seeing it from a different perspective, weathering the storm. The divine is guiding you through this, inspiring you along the way, showing you the way to your new pathway. You're alchemizing this emotions. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of bullshit in this. People really don't understand. They don't care to just continue moving forward, collective. Continue investing into what you're investing into. He's really out here misunderstanding you on purpose. They're not wanting to understand you. They're trying to make you into a mockery, and it's not happening. It's not happening. Because seeing you for your true essence of who you are and what you bring to the table. And they don't like this. They want to see you struggle, which is very sadistic. These people need a fucking hobby is what they need. They need to get a life. Seeing you struggle is their happy place, which is really sick and disgusting as far as I'm concerned. Welcome in, Basque. You gonna come in and tell me that? I've been throwing cards for 30 years. So you want to come in and tell me that? You have not a fucking clue as to what you're talking about. Just so you know. Spirit, what's the message for my collective? Somebody wants to, they don't want to reveal the truth. They don't want to confess. They don't want to shed light on anything. That they've involved third parties. They tried to manipulate you. There's others involved. They try to influence you in a particular direction. The thing is, you already know, collective. You're not fucking stupid. They want you constantly in the past. They don't want you becoming aware. They don't want you in the moment. They want to uninspire you. They want to try to manipulate you. They want to make you angry. Yeah. You're out here and you are independent from attachment, and they're trying to make you seem like you're with somebody. Like they very well could be going around saying they're with you behind the scenes, trying to get clout off your name. I am 100% single, collective. Okay? Just so you know. There's definitely history with this other person, these third parties. It's like a group of haters, all jealous and envy about what you're building and what you're creating. They tried to humiliate you, didn't work. They tried to degrade you, didn't work. They tried to shit talk your appearance, it didn't work. They tried to shame you, it didn't work. And they hate that. Yeah, they're trying to hide the fact that they have some sort of legal matters that they're dealing with. They very well could be dealing with a divorce. They could be dealing with legal papers. They could be dealing with some sort of the justice system. They can't tap into you anymore. They've been blocked out. They're really sad that you didn't take any revenge, that you're not obsessed with them, because you're not living up to what they've been telling people about you. They'd be out there telling people that you're obsessed with them and all that. Meanwhile, it's the other way around. They're basically projecting all this shit onto you, and it's actually them. They're saying that you're spreading rumors when they are. They're having petty conversations with people, but here they are. But apparently they're saying that you are. They're apparently trying to say that you're smearing their image, but smearing yours. They're saying you're trying to make them look like a fool, but they're actually trying to make you look like a fool. Like, this projection and duality of the bullshit. And you're releasing the anger. You're releasing it all. You got no spoons for this anymore, collective. They're not listening to the signs. They're not seeing the synchronicities. They're just wasting time because they got nothing better to do. They're taking a risk. They don't want to show their true feelings. They're playing with the poker face. Thinking that they can get away with trying to be obsessed without being obsessed by being obsessed with you. If that makes any sense. They just want to waste your time. You don't see a future with this person. They just want to hold you back from moving forward. They just want to waste your time. So if they come in, if you have somebody coming in from the past saying they want to get back together, all this other shit, they probably just want to waste your time. They want to get you all up in your emotions again just to rip you apart, make themselves feel better. Just use your discernment, keep your guard up. Yeah, you're not playing any. You're done with that. They're trying to string you along. They want to get you entrapped. Play with your feelings. Maybe try to trap you with a baby, depending on who you are and what you're into. Stay single. Keep it in your pants. Yeah, they want you chasing them and you're not. You've let go of this unhealthy, poisonous delusion, nasty behaviors. You let go of all these people. They're trying to trigger you and you're not. It's not working. You're done with the drama. You're done with the fuck shit. You're done with their trick. You healed the flashbacks, the trauma bonds, the inner child wounds. And this whole idea that you're attracting toxic, you've healed all that. You're not with this drama bullshit anymore. You've let it go. And this is why you're not chasing, you're not persisting, you're not hunting them down, you're not being resilient in their energy. You just don't care anymore. You're done. They're not willing to look at their shadow. They're not willing to face their inner truth. They don't want, they don't want you seeing their true colors. They're not a soulmate, they're a karmic. And they're trying to guard themselves away from feeling any type of pain. So they could be into some sort of substance abuse. They want to let the past go, but they don't want to heal it. They want to make it like it never happened. But you're leaving them behind anyway, so clearly, walk forward and pretend like it never happened. Pretend like, you learn your lesson, you rise, and you rise above it, and you walk on. You walk like it never happened. You make the decision. And they're trying to say that you're making the wrong decisions for the wrong reasons. They want you constantly in this contemplation of staying or leaving, being uncertain. They don't want you to ever make a decision, but you're going to make a decision. I think you already have. Yeah, you're no longer lost. You're not running away. You're not feeling empty. You're not feeling invisible. You're not cutting anybody off. You're just not taking anybody's bullshit anymore. You're done with being ghosted. You're done with the idea that, you're trying to get somebody and they're not even single. They have a relationship in behind the scenes. And what, now they want to take unexpected actions and be spontaneous, showing up unexpectedly? Go back home. They're in denial. You're not. They're contradicting absolutely everything. They're not facing reality. They just want you on this roller coaster ride, and you got off a long time ago. You're done. You're done. You got no spoons for that shit. Which I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Whatever you had to alchemize, speak proud of you. You've done a good job. Yeah, somebody's overwhelmed at the fact that you're moving on and they want to cause conflict so that way you pay for what, you pay for the way. They want you to constantly be giving to them so that way they cause conflict to your movement forward. They're overwhelmed that you're rising above it. You're pretty well leaving them behind, so this is why they're causing conflict. So that way you don't get there. They're envious. Keep your cards close to your chest. Yeah. Learn your lessons and frequency your way away. You'll eventually grow out of the energy. So keep your frequency. Don't allow them to keep you in a lack mentality. Whoever this is. Because the more lack mentality that you sit with, the more helpless you feel. The more helpless you feel, the less you'll move forward. You need to make a judgment call here. You deserve way better than what you've been dealing with. Study your surroundings and take the leap of faith and forward. Use your other senses to help you make the decisions. Don't just see, don't just hear, don't just smell, sense, dream, all of these other senses, put them together. Learn from your past. Allow your past to be your teacher. Sometimes that might take a bit of a dark night of the soul. That might take you to go within, but you're going to find out the truth by being honest with yourself. This is going to eventually help you to make that judgment call. If you're a bit scatterbrained at this point, focus on your stability. Focus on your wish fulfillment. Focus on alchemizing the emotions that you have within you and rising above it. And that will bring a reciprocity of stability and legacy to you. And you will eventually, you'll organically move forward in a mission if you allow that, the past energy, to alchemize. You'll be building a legacy for yourself. From all the blockages and all the mayhem and all the drama, the manipulation. You're going to leave people speechless by alchemizing this betrayal. And the thing is, they won't know how to show up. But you're headed towards something beautiful. But you need to stay guarded at this time and alchemize what you're going through in order to empower yourself above it. Cut out these third-party idiots that are causing you nothing but break. Show compassion to yourself, apologize to yourself, take accountability for your side, but move forward, keep it shuffling. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Heal and have hope. Because somebody out here doesn't want to take accountability, so take accountability for what your side is and just keep moving forward. Because somebody don't move forward. That's why they're not giving you no closure. That's why they're not giving you any hope. But you have people coming in to collaborate with you. This is the manifestation. And somebody's pissed off at the fact that you got people collaborating when they're here absolutely trying to destroy you. Using the devil to do it. Calling on the fucking devil. Being all toxic and shit. Manipulative and shit. And pissed off the fact that you're putting up boundaries. From a different perspective. You've had your heart broken and shattered before already. And this is why you're looking at it from a higher perspective. You're allowing your inner light to guide you. People are offended by it. Like, fuck off. They're taking it personal when it's the divine guiding you. Like, make it make sense. They're trying to make that you're not guided by the divine. Meanwhile, that's who's bringing back all of what was taken from you. If it wasn't for the divine, you wouldn't be here right now. So they're siphoning off of everything that you've been given. But you're alchemizing all of this. You're using discernment as to who you're showing compassion to now. Because you know people are out here trying to siphon off of you. Page of Wands. And be inspired by you, but cast illusions. Yeah, because they want you looking out here like a freaking point here. Worthless warrior. Very, very selfish energy, Queen of Pentacles. At the helm here. The angels are working. And the angels got shit coming in for you. A new beginning. A new solid beginning. A leadership position. A new commitment. It's coming in fast. Very well could be coming in. This person might stop you in your tracks. Might blow your mind. Your true potential. And they see what you're trying to do to come out of this tower. They don't have much to offer you, but they do have something. They want to commit to you. They want to say yes to you. But they want to stay in the dark. They don't want to be known. They don't want to deal with any drama. But they definitely want to balance things out with you and show some sort of compassion. You don't see this coming. They want to put an end to this whole bullshit and this whole idea that you're not having this new beginning. They want a rebirth. They feel that they screwed shit up in the past. And they want a rebirth. They're listening to themselves. They're listening to the truth. They're being guided by nurturing truth. There's definitely some sort of lies here about there were lies told to them to leave you out in the cold. There's a lot of deception spoken about you to leave you out in the cold. But they see the success. They see the fact that you're not trapped the way that they were being told that you were. They see that you're definitely balanced. You're definitely relationship material. And you're focusing on yourself right now, trying to cut out the fucking noise. Keeping your cards close to your chest from all the lies and the deception. Trying to keep you from moving forward and siphoning off of you. They see it all. But they see that you're getting through it. They're seeing that you're holding strength. Despite how people are trying to get you to miss out on what's meant for you, you're still getting justice. Somebody's willing to fight for you and stick up for you. They've got a lot of anxiety for doing this, but who's trying to destroy what you're investing. The truth is coming out about that. So, there's definitely illusions here. The wounded warrior. There's a Queen of Pentacles out here that wants you to fail. And that's why she's casting illusions. She wants people misjudging you. But this side is not satisfied, and that's why they're coming in to provide you some sort of stability and commitment. They don't want to hear about what everybody else is saying. They know you're standing on business. They know you're passionate. They're just stalled out right now. They really don't know what to say coming in. They don't know how they're going to somebody's trying to stop them with lies. But they know your credibility. They know who you are. They're being guided by the divine. So whenever that decides to come in, just be patient. You'll know. You will ultimately know who's going to be genuine and who's not genuine, collective. You just got to be honest with yourself. Have your guard up. Have boundaries. But have your heart open enough to show some compassion at least. There's major justice coming in for you. It's just taking a little longer than expected. Where is everybody? Why is it only Roxanne saying hi and talking? Like she's literally taking up the whole chat. Did everybody fall asleep? Okay, just check. I don't know what else to say, collective. The karmics, they be karmicking. They're all pissed off at the fact threw at you is all backfiring. Like, did you stutter? The people that I talk about, the people that I do readings for are divinely guided, guarded, and protected. And the fact that these karmics, these people, after you, to try to ruin what you have, ruin what you're investing into, ruin what you're building for yourself, and these people constantly coming at you, thinking that they're not going to get, that they're going to get away with it, right? Not recognizing that the divine is watching everything they do, every intention. And now they're all pissed off at the fact that all of their bullshit's coming back to haunt them. Everything that they did behind the scenes, everything they did to throw rocks and hide their hands, it's all coming back to blow up in their face. And here they're thinking that you're doing spell work and you don't even have to lift a fucking finger. It's out of your hands. You surrendered it to the divine. Karma's taking care of it, and they don't understand that. This is why they're out there saying that you're into dark magic and all this shit. Meanwhile, they're the ones doing the dark shit. They're the evil eyeing you. They're the ones talking shit on your name. They're the ones doing all this shit. And you're not even doing that. You're just keeping your peace. And most of you know well enough that you don't have to go out there and do black magic. You just give it up to the divine, and the divine deals with it for you. Karmic retribution. Divine intervention. That's what they don't understand. It is what it is. It will be what it will be. Do I make a grilled cheese? Or another tuna salad? Fuck. I've had tuna salad for the last 3 weeks straight. I think I'm pretty well done with the tuna salad. I'm doing my best to be wise with my money so that way I have enough to pack up and move once the snow gets out of here. At least get all my stuff to like a cheaper storage unit. And maybe sell off some stuff. Some of the stuff I'm getting tired of carrying it around. I'll pass on this tomato soup. If I'm going to do a tomato soup, I'm going to do it from scratch. I add some vinegar. I don't want no Campbell's. Campbell's is all chemicals now anyway. I try my best to stay away from canned anything. But it's been difficult because money's been tight, so. But I might have no choice but to sell my kayak and a whole bunch of stuff. I might have to sell my table here. I might have to sell my dragon. I might have to sell my drum and my books. And my mirrors. And my hair cutting hutch. I might even be selling my PS4. I don't know. I have a projector here too. .3D printed tomatoes, that's funny. I am in Canada. So technically, yes, in North America. I got a whole bunch of hockey cards too from like 1989. I'm not even sure if they're even worth anything. I've got packs of cards that I haven't even opened up yet back before they're when the teams went on strike. I still have the year that they went on strike. Still haven't even opened yet. They're still in their packs that you'd buy at the store. I used to buy them and just put them away. Wouldn't even bother opening up the packs. Because I figure eventually when I do open the packs, then I will know more. But I don't know, hockey cards just don't do the thing anymore. Hockey cards, baseball cards, basketball cards. And I've got some from back in like 1987, 1986, 1985. It's almost 40 years old. At least 40 years old, give or take. Well, almost 40 years old. Yeah, no, I'll pass on that ABQ. I'm not renting Uber. Uber can kiss my ass. I'm not basically making money just to put kilometers on their car. I'm not gonna rent a car just to pay them. Like, what's the point? I'd rather have my own car. It's kind of redundant. Thank you, Roxanne. Spirit, what's coming in for 2026? Is there any channeled messages? It's definitely not without its turbulence. There's definitely going to be some sort of a housing collapse, and governments are going to have no other choice but to look at where they went wrong. They will have no other choice but to hold themselves accountable for their fuck-ups. This current storm that we're dealing with right now and the current weather going around the planet right now is going to be quite the wallop going into the new year. Yeah, we don't do that here. We're not going to rent a house and be it out, no. Sorry. There's going to be some sort of a reset happening. It's already been projected into the stratosphere. Spring and summertime is very significant. They're trying to hold out for winter to prevent some sort of civil unrest. Moving into springtime is going to be difficult for a lot of people. There's a lot of there's a lot of lives being lost due to homelessness at this time. People losing their houses, people losing their places of residence, being displaced. I do sense that there's going to be some sort of emergency funds being allocated out. Kind of like the pandemic benefit. But due to the reset, due to the devaluing of the dollar, there's definitely a lot of chaos where trade is concerned. There's definitely some sort of a crash regarding the trading, regarding the stock market. But it's not necessarily going to be because people are not investing anymore. People are going to invest into it, and then there will be a devaluing of the dollar. And this isn't just the US dollar, this is across the planet. And it's dealing with the insignificance. So it doesn't matter whether or not you have money or not, it's not going to matter to you. There will be a point within the next couple years where money is worthless. The whole aspect of money will be worthless. And that's ultimately what brings the crash. This is why I've stated that it's better to work with your communities. Make sure that you are self-sufficient. Make sure that you can trade with other people, whatever you have. People with gardens are going to be okay as long as they can grow year-round. There will be more community involvement. There will be no choice but to choose to work with your communities. It's do or die kind of situation. This whole idea to buy and sell is going to be a thing of the past. They will have no other choice but to bring in a new system that's imploding from the inside out. This all may seem very frightening, but they've been trying to keep it from doing this for quite some time, but this is what happens when billionaires hoard the money. They ultimately create the inflation. By hoarding it and not keeping it in circulation. They put it into trading, they put it into all these other bitcoins and all this other thing, and they hold on to it, and this is a thing of the past. It's basically what is creating this dysfunction to begin with. The only way that we can fix this is if the billionaires and trillionaires start donating and giving back to the communities and helping people out of homelessness. It's the only way. But a lot of them, they're very greedy. They're getting out of insecurity. Monopolies are going to be worthless. They're just going to be looking like a bunch of hoarders. It's going to come to the point where if you do not have anything to offer the community, then you will cease to exist. Commodities, trades, experience, the ability to do something, the ability to create and build, the ability to make things, the ability to cook. It's all going to be coming to the forefront. So if you know how to build a house, if you know how to work wiring, if you know how to work plumbing, if you know how to cook, if you know how to create things, if you know how to use that, will become very prosperous for you. Because it will give you the ability to trade services for commodity. It's meant to make you mad, Michael. It's meant to make us all mad. They want civil unrest. But the more that you feed into it, the more that it's going to bring chaos. The investment in AI and robots aren't even going to be, it's going to flop. I stated about a year and a half ago that the world will definitely look different in the years to come. It's definitely going to happen. The most resilient of people, and if we work together and build our communities and we build up trade, of trading commodities, of trading services, of trading things that we're good at, this is how we're going to survive. In order, you need to learn how to adapt. You need to learn how to move with your communities, adapt with your communities, communicate, and support your communities. It is the only way that we're going to get through this. Ultimately, the governments thought that we would fight ourselves, but we will eventually rise up like we have been across the world. We will be rising up, and we will be definitely changing things. There will be no other choice. I'm not here trying to fearmonger you. I'm not here to try to make you feel uneasy. I'm not here to make you feel all helpless and stuff, but they're trying to create an unrest so that way they have every reason to implement certain situations and certain systems. This is the imploding of the past systems. So we need to be good at something in order to help out our communities. There's a chance to turn this around, but we need to be compassionate to the world. We need to work with what we're good at and provide. The money needs to be spread around and not hoarded. The trillionaires and billionaires need to be held accountable for hoarding the money and not getting it back into the community. Like, you could spend $10,000 a day and still have enough money to give an inheritance and to your kids, and you'd rather hoard it than give back to the community. There's a bunch of sick individuals out there thinking that hoarding the money is doing something good, but it's really not. It's just feeding the imbalance. And they figure they're just going to get robots to do everything. The robots need to be maintained. And there's certain things that even a robot can't do. And they're not taking that into consideration. The ability to have robots replace humans is not a thing. It shouldn't ever be a thing. If anything, robots should actually complement. in certain jobs that humans don't want to do anymore. But anyway, that is all for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me, Collective. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the prosperity. It's very appreciated. I things turn for the better. I really do. Within the next year, we will know whether or not we are gaining as humanity or losing. It all depends on how we show up. I'm doing my best to stay calm. It's very difficult. It's very much a challenge. Trying to keep my inner peace. I'm doing everything in my power to snap out. But I'll say what I see coming is not fun. And this is why I say we need to work together as a community of the world, of humanity. We've been given everything by Mother Nature to survive and to withstand and to rise above. And if we continue down this path where the few thinking that they have control over things, all they're doing is creating chaos. They're thinking that they're going to find order out of this chaos. But I'm not so sure it's going to go as planned. And this is why we need to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. On that note, I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you again. If you can't be good at it, at least be good to yourself. So that way, you can be good to others.